Welcome back, my friends and students. Welcome back to Education Care once more. As promised earlier, today I have brought in front of you a video regarding the previous year's question of the West Bengal School Service Commission. This question is of English Honours, or you can say post-graduation, and here I have discussed 16 questions of literature portion, and it is definitely presented to you by Education Care. So please do like, share and subscribe as much as possible and spread it to all your friends who would be appearing for the upcoming school service exams. So without wasting any time, let us move on to the main work. First question. I will drink life to the less. The poet compares life with, or moreover, to be specific, we can say that I will drink life to the less. So what is this drinking associated with? So there are four options which had come in the year 2016. Out of this, the correct answer would be life to the drinking of wine. The poet has compared life to the drinking of wine. The second question, who is the azure sister of spring? So azure sister of spring, it refers to the west wind. One thing you can notice, my students and my friends, I have marked the answers in green. So if necessary, you can pause this video, make a note of the questions, and this will give you a clear idea which questions had come in the year 2016 and what are necessary for this year or the next. Now let us move to the third question. The subtitle of the play She Stoops to Conquer is The Mistakes of a Knight. Number 4. The phrase hollow man in Eliot's Hollow Man can be found in Shakespeare's which of the dramas? Option A is Macbeth, option B is Hamlet, option C is Merchant of Venice, and option D is Julius Caesar. So out of the four options, the correct answer would be Hamlet. Now let us have a look at the fifth question. In the poem, the Kubla Khan, the poet wishes to. Now Kubla Khan is a very famous poem which was written by S.T. Coleridge, that is Samuel Taylor Coleridge. So the options that are given over here in these questions are A. Write poetry, B. Play on the dulcimer, C. Sing on Mount Abora, and option D. Build a dome in the air. Those who have gone through the text of the poem, you remember the answer, it is build a dome in the air. Now 6. How does Spenser immortalize his beloved in Living in Truth? Option A, through his songs, option B, through his poetry, option C, through his imagination, and option D, through his love. So the answer is through his poetry, because the other things which he had tried were not lasting permanently. So the work of art would last forever. So he chose poetry to immortalize his beloved lover. Then let us have a look at the seventh question. The second stanza of Kubla Khan exemplifies a sequence of antithesis. What are the options all over that is given over here? Alliterations, antithesis, exclamations, euphemism. So the correct answer would be antithesis. And what does Shelley mean by wild west wind? See the options: divine or godlike, supernatural, intangible nature, and option D, all of this. So in Ode to the West Wind, Shelley has described the west wind or attributed all the above mentioned qualities that are given in the option to the west wind. So naturally, the answer would be number D, all of this. Now what is rainy Hyades? Rainy Hyades, they are actually a group of the 7 stars which rise with the sun in summer. Because the rest of the options you see, have a look at option A, B and C. The starting of each of the sentences are the same, but only the season differs. So rainy Hyades, they are the group of the 7 stars which rise with the sun in summer. Remember the word summer. Now, what are Sybaris and Crotona in the Lotus Eater? So these are the name of the two Greek cities, and we have seen, those who have gone through the text, that these two cities were totally different. In one city, the people were very much active, laborious, hardworking, and in the other city, the people were luxurious, reluctant to work, and this kinds of things. Number 10. O. Donvana Rosa was a or an member of the Irish Republican Brotherhood. So this is some of the thing which is quite interior to the related portion of the text. So you should not only read the text but also be careful about the events that had occurred with that text. And you know, from the last year, it was from 2016, it was MCQ. So you will be getting 4 options, out of which one is correct. And the options would be very much closely related. So be careful while choosing your answers. Then number 12, what is meant by opus operatum est? Option A, work is finished. Option B, work is yet to be finished. Option C, work has started but needs some time to finish. And number D, work never ends. In this case, opus operatum est. It means work is finished. Option number A. Now let us look at the question number 13. Who was nicknamed the Old Soldier? Option A, Mrs. Markellum. Option B, Mrs. Krupp. Option C, Miss Agnes Wickfield. And option D, Miss Jane Mudstone. So we see the old soldier was nicknamed. Who was nicknamed? Yeah. Mrs. Markellum's nickname was the old soldier. Now let us have a look at the question number 14. Lesser than Macbeth and Greta, not so happy yet much happier. Who said this and to whom? Now this was definitely said by the witches to Banquo. Do you remember, my students, when it was said? When Macbeth and Banquo was returning from the battle in the very opening scene, and when they were crossing the heath, there they had the apparition of the witches, and the witches predicted to Banquo that his position would be lesser than Macbeth and Greta, not so happy yet much happier. A very controversial words, and you know, this ambition of Macbeth was the cause of his doom or downfall. Now let us move to the question number 15. In Ode to a Nightingale, Mid-May's eldest child refers to option A, violets, option B, musk rose, option C, eglantine, and option D, hawthorn. So it would be musk rose. And number 16. Which of the following months is referred to in Christabel? Another famous poem. Is it April? Is it May? Is it June? Is it December? So the month which is referred in the poem Christabel is April. So my students, I have discussed the first 16 questions in this part of the video. In part 2, I will be describing the rest of the literature portion, and after that I would be moving to the grammar related portion of the previous year's question. So till then, keep on watching, and as I said, please do like, share and subscribe as much as possible and spread it to all your friends who are going to appear for school service and other teaching related exams. Till then, all of you stay fit and have a nice time.